today, in our second segment, I thought it would be a really good idea to get out and part of the celebrations that are taking place in Moose Jaw this year, because it's the 100th anniversary of Prince Arthur School. And Suzanne is with me today, Suzanne Vance, who's a teacher here at Prince Arthur School, and she's coordinating it. So I called her up and said, would you like this? And she goes, yes, I even wore something green. Just for St. Patrick's Day today. Oh. Well, that's wonderful, dear. I know, thanks. Luck of the Irish be with you. So, Suzanne, of course, I've known you for a long time as a teacher, and you're a very enthusiastic person. Any kid who has a chance to be in your classes always raves about how much fun they have with you and how much they learn. So it's nice that you've taken on this tasking to bring some enthusiasm to a 100th anniversary celebration. Thank you. Well, part of my role at Prince Arthur is I'm the opportunity to learn teacher, which allows me to bring in special programming needs for classrooms that match curriculum. So I book and bring in people who perform or sing or dance, and it'll all match back to curriculum. And it enhances the children's education, and that is my role in the afternoons here at the school. Well, that's really a good thing, because yeah, there are a lot of things that people learn by exposure to arts and things and stuff. But this school, it's 100 years old, and I was asking before we came on, did it come in under budget? Because that's something that the school board was kind of famous for back when they were creating all the schools in Moose Jaw, is that they would set the budget and they would be on budget or slightly under, very little overrun. And I don't have the history of the building. I know that it was started and we opened in 1913. I know the Duke laid the first brick. Which Duke? I believe the Duke of Edinburgh, and I believe he has the brick that he laid is labeled on the corner, the southeast corner of the school. That's kind of, so people can actually come and look and see that. People can actually see that brick if they were standing underneath it. Yeah. Well, and it was built as an elementary school, and there was a lot of growth. So a lot of the schools in Moose Jaw are having 100th anniversaries in the past few years and coming up. This was an East End school. It replaced a school called Crescent School, I think was right beside the Crescent Park. And then this was further out where there's more development out here. Yeah. So they decided this would be like the edge of the city then. Yeah, the far edge of the city, I would think. Yes, and I know that also the Victoria School was more in the downtown core. Yeah. So they apparently needed more space, because King George itself just turned 100 as well, and that was mid-city, and I believe Empires was last year. Empires is like 2005, I want to say. Yeah, I can't remember. But those schools, like Empire is the oldest surviving school in the city right now that's still used by students. And so this is one of and all of these royalties, like King George, Victoria, Prince Arthur. Queen Elizabeth over on 9th Avenue. Yeah. Now tell me, Prince Arthur he's one of King George's sons, but I'm not sure which one he is. So I don't think he ever became the Duke of Wales or anything like that. Prince of Wales, I should say. But that was what the city did. They named their schools after that. So it evolved into a bigger school, and even had an annex at one time. Yep, I believe the annex was added in 1958, and it was built to house the K-3 program over there. And then they didn't add the gym until 1978. So in speaking with one of the former alumni from this school, we found that they did all of their gym outside. What a novel concept. Novel concept, because I thought perhaps maybe they had it in the basement here at the school. But no, it was held outside in the playgrounds. Because at Central, when it was built in 1909, the gym was in the basement. It was really hard to play basketball because there were pillars on the court. And home court advantage, I'll tell you. But this school, and of course, you've got celebrations set up for the long weekend in May. Long weekend in May. We're starting on the 16th with some tours. Probably the 17th we'll do tours. We're hoping to look at doing
a barbecue pavement party on the Friday evening. I'm looking
pavement out front, yeah.
Yeah, we have lots of pavement out front, more pavement than anything else, I'm afraid. And so we're looking for some old alumni members who may have some bands that are interested in coming and sharing their good fortune to play for us and have a barbecue and just a very social gathering.
Well, a lot of interesting people went through this school too. Have you heard from some people that other people might know of yet? Or
I have. I'm waiting patiently for some famous people. I believe that our current mayor,
yes,
Deb Higgins, is a former alumni of Prince Arthur. But I,
hill girl, but maybe at some point they lived over here.
yeah, someone had said that
Ray
she was
Bowen
here.
was,
Oh, Ray Bowen.
When they moved in from the South Country, I think they moved into East End for a while. But yeah, there's been some stuff going for sure.
Yeah.
And stuff that there's pretty interesting. You've got some sports stars come through here, some pretty interesting athletes, and because East End was a very was a tougher school in its history, but there were always hardworking people who came to school here, and they made a good use of the education that they had.
Well, and I'm told that there should be some people out there in the woodwork, but I'm not sure who they are. And through the process of our alumni list, that I'm hoping that we can meet more of them.
Maybe they'll let you know if they watch the show.
Absolutely. They can contact the school at the school's email address, school.princesarthur@prairiesouth.ca, or they can certainly call us at 692-3904.
And of course, and one of the things that's interesting now that our show is now being produced onto YouTube, and people can view it anywhere that YouTube's available. So, perhaps somebody will look for Prince Arthur School. I went there. Maybe they'll tell their friends and say, read this thing. So it's a pretty nice deal.
Well, and we've created a group page on Facebook as well for people to post pictures of their former selves from maybe some old yearbooks or some groups that they may have had at that time. So we're looking forward to seeing this grow.
Yeah, and so I thought it would be a good thing if we have you on now and maybe give people a chance to come and plan to be here.
Absolutely. The more the merrier. I'm looking forward to learning. I've already learned from people who I've had contact with about things that happened at this school that I was not aware of. Yeah. And this is a huge way for us to educate ourselves about the history of this school. Yeah,
and I was saying before, this was the first school I ever student taught in my life, and I came here, and I was teaching math, which was kind of a challenge because the math was different than what I'd learned in high school. So that was interesting.
Well, your history will be a little further back than mine.
Yes. We've got this wonderful facility. It was rebuilt or revamped. What, about 5-6 years ago?
There was a renovation done in 1970, and then another renovation in 1990, which saw the front entrance of the school move from Stadacona Street to Athabasca. And in doing that, we had some landscaping issues, which ended up causing black mold. And in 2005, the school was actually closed. Students from kindergarten to grade 3 went to classes in the gym, and the rest of the students from grades 4 to 8 were shipped to 4 different elementary schools in the system for school.
So that was quite an event.
Huge. We were very concerned that our school was actually going to be closed permanently, but the school board saw the need to keep the school intact here and completed the mold, taking away of the mold and renovating it. And the front entrance is now where it rightfully belongs, which is back on Stadacona Street.
And for sure, and that's quite a nice, it's a view when you come to the front yard of the school. It has a nice ambience when you walk into the schoolyard and stuff. It's a very nice, attractive building.
It is, and it's kept its stately manner of, we have a picture from 1913, and it just, other than the addition of the gym, it looks exactly the same as it did.
That's pretty good.
I know.
Well, Suzanne, let's just, we've got a minute left, so let's tell everybody again what's going to happen, when, and how they can contact you if they want to be involved.
All right, so we're having an alumni get-together, the May long weekend. May 16th, 17th, and 18th. If you want to be involved with that, you can contact the school at our email address at school.princearthur@prairiesouth.ca, or you're more than welcome to phone and leave a message, 306-692-3904.
Or you can drop by the school.
Absolutely come by, and I would be more than willing, or the principal, Mr. Marcotte himself, to give you a tour of the things that have been going on here.
It's like a preview.
Yeah, a sneak peek.
A sneak PA peek.
Sneak PA peek.
Well, that'd be great. Okay, thanks very much, and best of luck. It's going to be a sunny weekend with no snow.
With no snow, no blowing snow, sunshine and flowers.
Okay, so that wraps it up for today. Thanks very much for my guests for letting us share their moments, and thanks to you for watching. We'll see you again soon on Moose Jaw this week.
The opinions expressed on the program you have just watched are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of this station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.